Guys, thank you very much for being in this new video, and today I'm really excited. I'm so excited that I had a full script in my mind, but it's all gone. It's all deleted. So I'll cut it short. Today I have the honor of having with me one person that really represents what I call the excellence from Calabria. I have the honor of being with Joe Avati.
Thank you.
Joe, thank you very much for being on the channel. It's a true honor.
Thank you.
I'm very pleased to have you. And we just did a video for Instagram because Joe came all the way from Australia, discovering his family roots. And all this was done thanks to Italea, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, a program that basically helps Calabrians who are abroad. And I didn't mention that you are the world ambassador for Calabria.
Yeah. I mean, Italea is great. I mean, it's not, they've got Italea Calabria, they've got Italea Puglia, they've got Italea all over Italy.
Correct.
Excuse me. So they've done a great thing. And when I was approached, I thought, wow, what a wonderful opportunity to come back to Calabria, to find things that I've never. I mean, I've been to Calabria many times.
You've already been here.
Yeah. But this time I discovered things I've never seen before because they curated a great itinerary.
Okay.
And
so all the logistic and stuff.
Yeah,
it was
they're fantastic.
beautiful.
But they also arranged for me to be welcomed by the mayor of Riziconi, the mayor of Melicuca, where my parents are from Melicuca and from Riziconi. And so that was great as well, and I learned a lot about my roots, radici. Yeah.
We'll do a video which is going to be mainly in English because.
Ma potremmo parlare calabrese
O
pure.
possiamo parlare.
Solo calabresi vanno o sentono?
This one only for Calabrese. This one is for.
Hi everybody, ciao a tutti quanti.
We have them both. Joe, the reason why I really appreciated you helping me to make this happen, it's because as I was explaining before, this page Akalabria, I try to represent all the Calabrian excellence, all the Calabresi that make a difference, so that keep Calabria with a very high bar.
Yeah.
And this is because Calabria, it's the region, I think it's a place that is going to be something. It's already something, of course, but it's coming up stronger and stronger. And you are one of the examples of a very successful Calabrian. They know you pretty much all overseas. You're known, especially Australia. Which place of Australia are you from?
I was born in Sydney. I live in Melbourne, but I do a lot of work in America. I do a lot of work in Canada, in England. Belgium, here in Italy as well, and hopefully I'm coming back in September to do a show in Tropea. And look, one of my clips went viral in the last 6 weeks, and so all of a sudden I'm getting a lot more notoriety in Calabria. I had a clip that says, because you can say things in Calabrese, but if you say them in English, it means nothing. Like when the mum says, "Give me the mangiare cani." You can't. When you say that in English, I hope the dogs eat you.
Would that make sense?
No, give me this figoto. I hope your liver explodes. It's not the same thing.
I had to be honest. I've been watching all your videos and your shows, and I think I sent you one of the messages I sent you because we were in touch with Joe, and Joe was very kind to actually answer. That I could relate to your videos very much, not because I was born abroad, but because I lived abroad. And
where did you live?
I lived England, Ireland, and then I went to US and Middle East. So let's say I took a long loop to come back to Calabria. And you can really relate to the things you say because that's what really happens in an Italian family, in a Calabrian family.
Yeah, and you know what really annoys me is that I get messages from people here in Italy who say, no, it's not like this, you shouldn't be saying these things, these are stereotypes. Look, you can vouch for yourself. These are not, okay, maybe some of the stuff is a stereotype, but so what?
Or maybe it became a stereotype, but it was actually, I mean, that's what really
that's a good
happens in the
point.
family.
It became a stereotype, but it's actually true.
Absolutely.
The nonnas and the nonnos, they do the things, you know. Look, I love Italy, but I can't go to the post office here.
It's madness.
Adesso mi scoppia quando vai a posto, italiano.
And that's not a stereotype.
That's not a stereotype. And then
That
people
actually
go,
happens.
no, queste sono cose che succedono solo al sud. No.
No.
Io mando pacchi in Australia, di Milano, Roma, Calabria, Sicilia, la mando tutti.
That's what happens.
Oh my God. Yeah. Anyway.
No, it's really true.
Yeah.
I want to ask you something, Joe,
Yeah.
because I want to see if I'm sure lots of people will relate as well. What does it mean to you being an Italian, a Calabrian
Yeah.
in when you're in Australia,
Yeah.
and to be an Australian when you come to Italy and you're in Calabria? Because I think it's similar, but it makes a big difference.
Yeah. So, of course, being Australian and being Calabrese in Australia, you hold on because growing up in Australia, see, Australia is a beautiful country, but it doesn't make noise. It's not America. You know what I mean?
True, I agree.
And so when you grow up in Australia, you're more Italian than Australian. And so which part of Italy am I from? From Calabria. So, and of course in Australia we've got Calabrese, Sicilian, Napoletani, Shusciare. We've got people from all over Italy, but mainly the two ones are Calabria and Sicilia.
Oh, those are the biggest
They're the
communities.
biggest ones. So there's a Calabrese, Sicilian rivalry. So you're always saying the Calabrese are like this, the Sicilians are like this. Well, you know what a Sicilian is? A Calabrese who can swim really well.
Makes sense. They're going to hate us now, but it makes
it's
sense.
just a joke. But being, coming to Calabria and being an Australian, you bring the humility. Australians are very humble people, and they're very genuine people. What you see is what you get. But we really hold. Like today, I was walking around the town where my mum comes from, and there's stuff thrown everywhere, and I'm like, why is this here? Da cosa vecchia, non ti preoccupare, but I want to take it. You know what I mean? Like, so what for them is old and useless, I'm like, this means something
You still
to me.
get like a strong value.
I want to take this because this is
it.
where I come from. This is my roots, and that's why the people at Italea do a wonderful job because they bring you back to your roots.
I
That's
agree.
to answer your question.
I agree very much. And what did it mean growing up in an Italian family, being abroad? Because I'm sure you got a bit of both influences, the Calabrian and the Australian.
Yeah. Well, see, every Monday morning I would go to school and I wonder if the Australiano fece a passata. I wonder if the Australiano fece visite in Taco Mare. I wonder if the Australiano wasn't allowed to touch i biscotti. I mean, non toccare i biscotti che t'ammazzo quando andiamo in Taco Mare. Vedi che a mare lava l'occhio storto, non ci guardare l'occhio storto. I'll get there, tutti e due sono storti. Which one am I supposed to not look at? You know what I mean? And I wonder if the Australians did that. And so I grew up thinking, this is life. And how am I supposed to live this life when I'm on the weekend I'm very Italian, then I go to school and I'm very Australian and I mix with the Australian kids. And I thought, am I weird? Am I the only one? And then I found out that I'm not the only one. And then through my comedy, more people started realizing.
And I believe what you do, it's really strong and it has a lot of importance because it gives lots of people, also from Australia itself, to understand where they come from, relate to your jokes because your jokes have a lot of background, and that it's a big thing. I believe, at least it is to me, and in my house, whenever we see you, apart from cracking, because we're literally on the floor, because my wife is not Italian. So
where's she from? Your what?
Well, she's originally between Turkey and Jordan.
Oh, right.
But we actually met in Saudi Arabia where I was working. And then, so she has the English influence, and therefore, when we watch your shows, it's like, it's true, because now...
Well, she would relate, because it's the same in that culture
exactly,
too.
Exactly the same. That's why it's very, it was very close to me, this meeting, because In the house, it's strange. Two people sitting apparently from two very different places in the world
Yeah.
that we can relate to you while you're telling a joke, and it's really
cool.
powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes us laugh, but it makes us think about the meaning of the joke.
Yes.
And how do you find Calabria today? Like, what's your view about Calabria today? Before we were saying,
Yeah, look, I think the Calabrese people are. I notice that they have like a little bit of you see, I'm in Calabria. It's like not a negativity, but they need a more confidence. You know, they need to be more confident about how beautiful, and I think they're realizing now with the tourism which is growing in Calabria, and I'm sure that after this trip here, there's going to be a lot more people coming to Calabria. Sure. You know, there's more people going to Scilla. There's more people. I know Calabrese who've never heard of Scilla. They've heard of Tropea, but never heard of Scilla. Now Scilla's coming up. Tropea,
that's also true. You're right.
Induja, you see now in restaurants around the world, Induja.
Yes.
Where does it come from? Spillinga.
Right?
And so a lot more people are finding out about Calabria is probably what Puglia was 5 years ago, and Puglia is now very popular with tourists. Calabria will be very popular with tourists too.
I agree. Joe, I think we have to end it here because there is also other people that are trying to pull you out. I officially want to thank you very much.
No worries.
You and Italea for making this happen. Yeah. And hopefully, I'm going to see you in Australia.
Yeah.
So this time I'll come to you in Australia.
You come to me.
Thank you very much.
Grazie. Thank you.
Ragazzi, you're gonna find all Joe's details, contact details on the description, so that you can follow Joe's page and have fun. I can assure you. Thank you again.
Grazie.
Baby, but you know